Anka. Stay tuned for updated real news.
Hello, Anka Daily News viewers. We continue to bring you the deepening effects of the war. The ongoing conflict between Ukraine and Russia is leading to significant changes not only on the front lines, but also in strategic moves. Since the beginning of the war, both sides have been experimenting with different tactics to gain the upper hand against each other, repositioning their troops in the process. In recent days, it has been reported that the 272nd Regiment of the Russian Army's 47th Tank Division has been shifted from the Kharkiv front to the Kursk region. This unit has recently come to the fore as a move that will change the course of the war. However, this mobility must have attracted the attention of Ukraine as the regiment was attacked by a serious unmanned aerial vehicle while moving to the Kursk region. The first information after the attack is quite shocking. In addition to dead and wounded Russian soldiers, armored vehicles, including modern T-80 tanks, are said to have been destroyed. It remains to be seen how this attack will affect Russia's frontline presence and future operations. Russia's withdrawal of this regiment from the front line and its relocation to another region can be interpreted as a strategic move to weaken Ukraine's regional resistance. However, this move was unexpectedly met with a strong Ukrainian counterattack. While the details and consequences of the offensive are still unclear, its implications for the overall course of the war should be analyzed in depth. This offensive is likely to affect not only the military dimensions of the war, but also the economic and strategic balances. At the same time as Russia is suffering such losses, its economy is also weakening under the burden of the war. In particular, the automobile crisis and difficulties in the production of armored vehicles pose serious threats to Russia's military capacity. In light of these developments, this turbulent period on both the front and the economic front could change the course of the war in the coming days. The details of this attack in the Kursk region and Russia's response to this situation will become clear in the coming hours. For now, let's analyze the available data. Before moving on to our report, here's a small reminder. As the Anka Daily News team, we strive to bring you the developments regarding the Russia-Ukraine war. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss our daily reports and explanations. We also read all your comments on our videos. Please continue to share your ideas about our content in the comments section. Tell us what content you would like to see on the Anka Daily News channel. And now, if you're ready, let's start. Anka Daily News reports: Russia's war against Ukraine continues as a process full of strategic moves and military mobilizations. In light of the latest developments, the 272nd Regiment of the Russian Army's 47th Tank Division was withdrawn from the Kharkiv front, one of the critical areas of the war, and moved to the Kursk region. The reasons behind this move could be the difficulties Russia is facing on this front and an effort to take a new strategic position. However, this move did not escape Ukraine's attention. The 272nd Regiment, withdrawn from the Kharkiv front, planned a stealthy advance, taking advantage of the darkness of the night and the bad weather conditions in the region, as it set out in convoy for the Kursk region. The convoy consisted of tanks, armored vehicles, and logistical support trucks. The move was an attempt to reshape Russia's front line while increasing pressure on Ukraine's northern border. However, the movement of the convoy was caught on the radar of Ukrainian military intelligence units and especially UAV operation centers. Taking this as an opportunity, Ukraine planned to repel this strategic move by Russia. In the light of the information obtained by Ukrainian military intelligence, preparations for a rapid operation began. The goal was to destroy this Russian force, or at least to inflict serious casualties and gain the moral superiority. Ukraine had performed extremely effectively in unmanned aerial vehicle operations and had gained a significant advantage in this field. Unmanned aerial vehicles were capable of detecting, tracking, and, if necessary, destroying enemy elements with high precision. Selected as the main element of the operation, Bayraktar TB2 unmanned aerial vehicles were allegedly to play an effective role in this attack. These unmanned aerial vehicles tracked the enemy convoy step by step using high-altitude surveillance. At the same time, they coordinated with ground support units to determine the convoy's route and timing. After midnight, the convoy began to pass through densely forested areas in the Kursk region. The geography of this region naturally allowed the convoy to be camouflaged. However, this was not an obstacle for Ukrainian unmanned aerial vehicles. Thanks to thermal cameras and advanced sensor systems, the unmanned aerial vehicles were able to locate the convoy. The first strike focused on armored vehicles at the front of the convoy with its laser-guided missiles. Bayraktar TB2 locked onto the T-80 tank at the front of the convoy and quickly fired the missiles. As the missile hit the target, the tank burst into flames. This caused great panic in other parts of the convoy. The second and third unmanned aerial vehicles targeted the middle and rear parts of the convoy, hitting logistical support vehicles and trucks carrying ammunition. The destruction of these vehicles completely halted the convoy's advance and caused a loss of coordination among the Russian soldiers. The Russian soldiers were initially surprised by the suddenness of the attack, but quickly recovered and tried to respond. The air defense systems responsible for protecting the convoy attempted to retaliate against the drones, but most of these attempts failed due to the drones' mobility and ability to maneuver quickly. Russian soldiers tried to take various measures to protect the rest of the convoy. However, the impact of the attack was so intense that many soldiers abandoned their vehicles and tried to hide in the woods. This caused serious disorganization and confusion in the Russian convoy. By the time the attack ended, most of the convoy had been destroyed. The number of dead and wounded Russian soldiers has not yet been established, but casualties were estimated to be serious. The destruction of T-80 tanks and armored vehicles dealt a major blow to Russia's armored vehicle capacity in the region. In addition, the destruction of logistical support vehicles significantly weakened the combat capability of this regiment. This drone strike in the Kursk region is an important example of how far Ukraine has developed its military capacity and strategic moves. Such operations, which can change the course of the war, play a decisive role both on the ground and on the psychological front. We want to share with you official statements from the Russian army, which has suffered heavy losses, but Russian official sources have taken a vow of silence. As we have shared with you in our previous reports, the silence of Russian official sources usually confirms the allegations. Let's see if the Russian army can survive this hell. What do you think? How do you think the destruction of the Russian convoy will affect the situation in the region? How effective are the operations of the Ukrainian armed forces in Kursk? Will this attack change the fate of the war? Let us know in the comments. We care and read about them.